don't stay in India. The best I can do is to go abroad to do my PhD under this supervisor in this college. Most of the people go to abroad from India for pursuing PhD. How should you select between abroad and India? I have secured AIR 31 in GATE and 319 out of 340 in GRE, but there are some questions that is the GRE examination still required or not? When I was doing my BE in Jadavpur University, I was often being asked that why haven't you gone to abroad? You have so much potential, still you are thinking that you will be doing your PhD in India. And when I have come to IIT Kharagpur for pursuing my M.Tech, still I am being asked that why haven't you gone to America, Germany, or any other country like that? You have so much potential. So I have figured out that why I have not gone there, but I have appeared for GATE and GRE both. And I have secured AIR 31 in GATE and 319 out of 340 in GRE, which is a decent enough score, if not an excellent score. You can get almost into any good university of abroad with this GRE score. But there are some questions that is the GRE examination still required or not? Yes, TOEFL is required. So in this video, I will clear out this confusion, this battle between abroad and India, battle between GRE and GATE. And you will be hearing from someone who has cracked GATE with a top rank under 100 rank and who has cracked GRE with a 319 out of 340. If you are confused, then just go and search that how is the score 319 out of 340. I have cracked both of these examinations during my college days. So in this video, I will clear out first that why and how should you select between these two examinations, or I should say between going into abroad or staying in India. Then if you have determined that what you want to do, then I will talk about the approach. So without any delay, let me start. So first point, how should you select between abroad and India? Now in this context, I would like to state that when I was in my BE, everyone in my senior, in my class, everyone was saying that don't stay in India. India pe reh ke kya kar loge? So go to abroad. So I was asking why. Almost all of them was buzzing one word. The word was infrastructure. That the infrastructure in abroad, in America, Germany, or any other country is better than India. So now I haven't asked any question to them because I thought, okay, they might be knowing more. But at this point, if someone says the same answer to me, then I ask them that, do you know that what kind of work do you want to do? So in most of the cases, they don't know. But if they don't know that what kind of work they want to do, then how can they know that what infrastructure is needed for that work? And moreover, they are not knowing the other parts of PhD. Most of the people go to abroad from India for pursuing PhD. So they only see the name and fame. Okay, name and fame of the institute, name and fame of the guide and all. Now, there is nothing wrong in it. But I want you to ensure only one thing. What do you exactly want? Write that on a paper. You can mock others, you can tell lie to others, but you cannot lie yourself. If you are doing that, then my friend, there is a high chance that you will be get into a trap. For example, you are saying to me or anyone else that I want to have a very higher growth. I want to go to a place where I have to live alone. I have to manage all the things alone. So I will have a growth. Fine. That is totally okay. If that is the only thing that you do want, then that is totally okay. You don't care about the PhD supervisor. You are okay with any type of supervisor. And you also don't care about the time you will take for completing PhD. So if that is the thing, that then it is okay. But in our subconscious mind, there are so many wants that we don't tell to anyone and don't tell to ourselves also. Like we are telling that we need infrastructure, but we are not telling the other needs that I want to complete my PhD under 4 years, that I want my supervisor to be a good man or good woman, jo bhi ho. So, ye sab cheeze we don't tell to ourselves. Okay, so that is the problem. Take a piece of paper. If you want a job in abroad, So write that. Okay, that I want this. I I want to go to a university with high name and fame. I want to work under a guide with high name and fame. But I also want to complete my PhD within 4 years. So write all these things into a paper. Then what? Then go to someone who has that much expertise so that he or she can guide you. That can be your supervisor in your current college, that can be your seniors. Now be aware of the seniors because seniors are guided by their seniors and all will utter the same word. That India pe mat raho. Arey kyun na rahu? So they will say this. So then you should ask that, okay, you are saying these things to me. So can you give some examples that you have heard of? So take your decisions based on the fact. So I have already told you the steps. First thing is to jot down your wants. Now, I'm not telling you to stay in India. If you know, I mean, there are other kinds of students also that they have the financial freedom, they have the capability, but they still stay in India because of their comfort zone. I'm not telling that also. If you know that this word is the best I can do, the best I can do is to go in abroad and to do my PhD under this supervisor in this college. So that will help me to excel in life. So if you know this for sure, then you should go to abroad and don't stay in the comfort zone. Don't stay in India. So see, I'm not saying that stay in India or go to abroad. I am saying that decide by yourself. Write down all the wants. Be very specific about it. After that, go to someone to whom you can trust, to whom you can expect that he is a knowledgeable person. He is an experienced person. If you know that, so then go to them and ask them, sir, I want this. So what should I do? Should I stay in India or should I go to? Now let us go to the second part. That is, you have determined that I want to go to abroad or I want to stay in India. So here I will be only talking about two examinations, GATE and GRE. So if you are someone who have determined to appear for GATE, then my friend, I have made plenty of videos for GATE guidance, which is available in my channel. Plenty of videos are there. You can go to that. Now, in this video, I will be specific about GRE. So let me start. So GRE is very much different from GATE. In GATE, you will have to solve mostly the technical questions. And there will be engineering math. And there will be aptitude. And there is a very tiny part, maybe 0.1% of English that is included in aptitude. But in GRE, the main focus is on English. And in maths also. So there are 3 sections. You should note down there are 3 sections. Quantitative reasoning, verbal reasoning, and analytical writing. So quantitative reasoning means in one word, it is mathematics. And the level of mathematics is up to class 10 level. And all the things are included. Arithmetic, geometry, algebra, and data analysis. In arithmetic, there are all the things. Time and distance, profit and loss, percentage, all the things are there. In algebra, there are all the things. Indices, factorization, and all the things that you have studied up till your class 10 level. Okay. Still, if you want, you can go to any website, or I would make that available in video. You can see that, the detailed syllabus of mathematics. Now, data analysis is about statistics. So you have to know about the mean, median, mode, and all the graphs. That how to analyze graphs by just seeing them. Now comes the main part, that is English. So if you are from a science background or engineering background, I assume that you are strong enough in mathematics. Okay. But I see that from India, most of the students fear about the GRE English because the level of English is really very high. You have to know from the basic punctuation to the advanced vocabulary and sentence structure. So personally, I was very fearful about this GRE, but I will talk about it, that how to prepare for it. Now, the last part is the analytical writing. This also is English, and you have to write in English. But this is not like writing an essay that you have done in your school days. You will be given a situation in which you have to, I should say, debate with yourself. You will be given that, do you agree with this or not? So you have to write both of the points, and then akhir mein you have to conclude that, do you agree with this point or do you disagree with this point, and why? So this writing will test your analytical ability also, and your English also. How can you structure the sentence? So these are the contents of the GRE examination. Now let us go for the preparation. How should you go for the preparation? So let me start about the mathematics. I have already told that if you are someone who is very comfortable with mathematics, and I hope that most of my audience are from science background. If you are not, then there is nothing wrong in it. I will guide you. So firstly, if you are from science background, that if you are comfortable enough in your class 10 maths, then I should still say you that please practice enough, because you should score a 170 out of 170. But you will see that in the mock test, you will get also 160 out of 170. Now 160 out of 170 is not a good score if you are comfortable in maths. These 10 marks you will see has gone because of the silly mistakes. To reduce that, one way is to practice, another way is to make your mind calm. Now, how to make your mind calm? About that, I have clearly spoken in this video. You should go and watch. Now, if you are someone who is not comfortable with the mathematics part, then what should you do? I am sure that you have studied all the topics in your school days. Now, go to the syllabus. Now, if there are the topics about which you almost have forgotten everything, then my suggestion is that go to any YouTube video, search that particular topic. For example, indices. Maybe you have forgotten that. Go into YouTube, search at indices in algebra. So search from that in your own regional language. And now the other part is the practice. Go for the practice and see that which kind of problems you are not solving, you are not being able to solve. Jot down those problems and study those topics again. Maybe you are not comfortable with the profit and loss in arithmetic. You know the basics, but you don't know the approaches, how to approach this problem or that problem. Then go to again and search arithmetic, profit and loss, question solving. Then you will get a video on that. Now, mathematics is done. Don't worry, I will talk about the sources from which you can solve questions, obviously. Now, the second part is English. So, see, in both mathematics and English, your first step would be to solve a mock test. You will get the mock tests from ETS official. So, all of you should buy one book at least, that is the book from ETS official. ETS is the organization who conduct this kind of examinations like GRE, TOEFL and all. So you should buy their book for GRE. From that, you should appear for one mock test, through which you should judge that in which level currently I am. Based on that, you should start your preparation. Personally, I found that my level of English is very low compared to the GRE level. So I need to garnish my English knowledge. Now, if you have found out that what is your level, now I will guide you what to do for English. See, you need to polish your 3 skills: writing, vocabulary and sentence structure, and reading, 4 skills. So there are many types of question in your verbal reasoning. First, comprehension type. You will be given a paragraph or a prose or a part of a prose. You will be asked questions from that. And the questions will be not direct, that where did Ram live? No, the questions will be something like you have to analyze the mentality of the author or the writer who has written that particular part of prose. So they will give you that the writer has written this thing. So what was the mentality behind writing this thing? and there will be 4 options. So you have to make use of your mental ability also, other than just reading the passage. But believe me, those passages are very tough, very, rich in the language, very rich in terms of vocabularies, sentence structure, and all the things. So you have to develop that. So my first suggestion is, if you are starting your English journey, download any app, any vocabulary app. Now, those vocabulary apps should be inclined to GRE. Personally, I used the app WordBot. So that app is sponsored by GRE Edge. But you can use any app other than WordBot. So there are so many companies like Barron's, Manhattan, all the things. You can use any app. But in WordBot, what I found was there are visuals for each word so that you can, remember them. There are practices, different kinds of practices, synonyms, antonyms, guessing the words from the sentences and all. So that app was very helpful according to my experience. I am not being paid from this app. Okay. Now, first, ensure that if your vocabulary level is not very good, then at least give 30 minutes per day for every day. Go through that app, learn and practice. It will not take more than 30 minutes. It can take also 15 minutes, but you need to maintain that much discipline. Now, if that is done, my second suggestion is read newspaper articles, read good storybooks. If you are just starting, start with very interesting storybooks, very easy storybooks, easy to understand. You can start with the storybooks of O. Henry and Ruskin Bond. Okay, then you should go to the storybooks by Dan Brown and all those things. I am suggesting all these things, but I was someone who has no inclination towards any book other than the books of mechanical engineering. So the journey for GRE English was very tough for me. Actually, I have not turned my fan on because that would create a bit of noise, and that is why I have
ये लड़का बहुत ही मेहनत कर रहा है, तो प्लीज इसको लाइक और फॉलो करके आगे बढ़ा दीजिए.
Now let me continue. Now, what I was telling was that you have to read some storybooks, some newspaper articles. And from that also, whenever you are coming across any unknown word, go to your phone, search in the Google, and don't just look at the meaning. Look at any sentence or multiple sentences. Try to make a new sentence by your own through that word. Play with that word. You have to do these things, my friend. Otherwise, your vocabulary will not grow. Okay? And if you read those paragraphs and all those things, read those storybooks, newspaper articles, your reading capability will increase, because in the examination, you have to read, my friend, so fast. There will be so many, comprehension type questions. You have to read so fast. And from that, you have to extract the informations. Okay? So these two things. For vocabulary building, go for an app. And for increasing your reading capability, go for any newspaper article or a good book, good novel, or anything like that. Now, for the writing, the best thing would be if you can check your writing by any professional who is maybe a teacher of English, who is maybe a professor. If you can check your writing, that would be very good. And search in YouTube that how can I write in a good English. Okay, so that would be my suggestion. Now, I am almost at the end of my video where I will be suggesting the sources. Now, let me come to the sources. So, the sources, there are various sources. I have used the Manhattan Prep. There is a 5-pound book from Manhattan Prep. Okay, so you can buy that. You will get more than enough questions from that book also. Now, another thing, see, for GATE, I always promote to judge by yourself that do you need coaching or not. So here, I got some paid thing. I got some paid question series. Okay, other than the GRE mock tests available, I got some question practice series from GRE Edge. It cost me, if I can recall, it was 4,000 rupees or 6,000 rupees it was. Okay, but spending those 6,000 rupees was worth it, because when I gave my first test, I got 130 out of 170. But after attending all the tests in my actual GRE, I got 154 out of 170. So for me, there were two mentors for quantitative section and for verbal section. I can still, recall the mentor of the verbal section. She was very helpful. Okay. So see, here I figured out that I need that mentorship. That is why I chose that coaching. That is why for GATE also, I always suggest that figure out by yourself that do you need that coaching or not. I never say that don't join coaching. If you need, you should join coaching. But I always promote that everything can be cracked without coaching also. If I had a very good level of English, then I could have cracked GRE easily without any coaching. So that was all for this video. If you have any further question or confusion, please let me know in the comment. And please also let me know that how was the previous video that I have already posted about my experience of IISc interview. Please let me know your experience. What? You have not seen that? So then please go to that and see that if you are someone who wants to join into IISc panel. I will meet you in that video. Until that, goodbye, take care, and thank you.